This section provides an overview of the Student Disability Resource Center. The Student Disability Resource Center, SDRC, supports students in managing the challenges and limitations imposed by disabilities. Some examples of disabilities that the office has registered are learning disabilities, ADHD, anxiety, mobility, food allergies, and visual and hearing impairment. The SDRC provides students with the following services: registration and determination of appropriate accommodations, the Assistive Technology Lab, assistive technology devices, and specialized software and hardware designed to aid students with hearing, visual, learning, and mobility impairments, meal plan modifications for students with documented dietary allergies or restrictions, and temporary conditions and injuries assistance. When to refer students to the Student Disability Resource Center. Examples of when to refer a student to the SDRC include: 1. The student discloses a documented or perceived disability, or the student previously had accommodations, such as an IEP in high school. 2. The student has questions about accommodations that are offered by the SDRC. And 3. The student is registered with SDRC and is having issues with receiving approved accommodations. How do students register and receive accommodations? Students must initiate and complete all steps of the registration process. Students may register with the SDRC at any time. Note that the initial application and registration process can take 2 to 3 weeks to complete. The registration process includes the following: 1. Complete the online student application. 2. Submit documentation related to the disability. Note, a letter from a current treating physician that states a diagnosis and how it meets the definition of a person with a disability under the ADA is required. Once the application and required documentation are processed and accommodations are determined, students must do the following to receive accommodations. 1. Schedule and attend an orientation with SDRC to review the accommodations. 2. Speak with the professors regarding accommodations. Students may submit the online Letters to Professors request form to have the SDRC email letters to professors and academic advisors describing approved accommodations. 3. Submit required request forms to receive specific accommodations such as test proctoring, alternative form textbooks, and reduced course load. Students remain registered with SDRC for the entirety of their academic career at USC, but they must request new accommodations every semester. Students who have a temporary injury may also receive assistance if the injury negatively impacts the student's ability to succeed in classes. Common temporary injuries include concussions and those that hinder mobility. Students with a temporary injury can submit the online Temporary Injury Application for Assistance form along with documentation. Assistance for temporary injuries include campus transportation, extended time on tests, audio recorders, and test proctoring. Advisement for students registered with SDRC. 5 things to know when advising students registered with SDRC are: 1. Students registered receive priority registration. 2. Students may have a reduced course load accommodation. This allows registered students to enroll in less than 12 credit hours and remain a full-time student. Help students create a plan to complete their program of study on time by including summer semesters. Note, refer the student to SDRC if there are concerns about meeting financial aid or scholarship credit hour requirements. 3. Consider how the student's disability impacts their ability to succeed in certain subject areas. For example, if a student registered shares that math is a challenging subject area, then taking a math, econ, and accounting course in the same semester may not be a good idea. 4. There is no indication in the student information systems or on the transcript that the student is registered with SDRC. Students may choose to have their academic advisor notified of the registration and approved accommodations. And 5. There are no foreign language exemptions. However, students may be eligible to receive accommodations for these courses. Students should begin foreign language courses no later than the junior year if accommodations are needed. 2 additional things to know about SDRC in relation to academics and advisement are: 1. SDRC cannot remove registration holds or provide overrides into courses. And 2, refer students who are struggling in a class as a result of a disability and should consider course withdrawal to the SDRC office to discuss options and accommodations. Please return to Blackboard and complete the quiz for this section. Once you complete the quiz with a score of 100%, you will be able to proceed to the next section.